Okie dokie. Hello, hello. We're starting the stream a little bit early because we're going to do a lot of reading, and this is going to be a little bit of a longer stream because of that. He is very correct. And also, hello, YouTube. Thank you for watching this video. Um, if you could already tell by the title, and or if you're live right now watching me, hello. We are going to be reading some Homestuck stuff because, yes, believe it or not, I am a Homestuck head. I actually have the the only reason why I am a Homestuck person, and like I feel like if I was not introduced to this in my early life, I would not be into it. But like this one person in like a middle school introduced me to Homestuck. I mean, like, they basically, like, life cosplayed as one character from Homestuck called Terezi, or TZ for short. And, like, that's what I knew her as. She was TZ, because, like, she was like TZ from the, from Homestuck. She liked dragons. She always wear red shade. She had that, like, she did that raspy, like, Terezi voice. You know that voice. If you know Homestuck, you know. But anyways, we are continuing on with Bab's birthday bash. We are 8 days until my big birthday. Can you believe it? It is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be awesome. We are going to have so much fun on my birthday. I just know it. Anyways, as you can tell in the background noise, it's quite peaceful. It's quite calming. 8 days. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it, yeah? One second, I actually have to pull up the game now. Um, this game is windowed, so I can, like, keep a look through OBS, which is really cool. So, we're gonna start this now. Okay. We're gonna start a little not at the beginning because I literally reread like the first three ish like episodes, volumes, or whatever they're called, you know. Actually, I think I've gotten all the way down to here. Yeah. We don't have to go in order. There is no definitive order. These were just how they were released. I think all the episodes are released now, so like if you're one of those people like me and like if something comes out like that's like this and like you're waiting for all the chapters to come out because you don't want to read it and then like wait for more, you just want to read it all in one sitting, you can. This game is completely fully out, and I think that's really cool. Which one do I want to start though? I really the thing is, you know what, we're just gonna start volume 5, walking. You sure are doing a lot of that recently. Back on Earth, you never got near this amount of exercise. Damn, calling me fat. Are you gonna be? You are gonna be so in shape when this is over. I can't read. God damn it. Provided you still have all your limbs attached to your bones uncrushed, you could probably come up with the safer ways to travel a taxi, a sort of bus system, but you don't have any money and you can't read signs. Also, you are routinely covered in blood and bruises. Goddamn. So, walking it is. Yay. Tired as you are, your feet still carry you toward friendship. We're gonna make some friends. Ooh, who should we pick? Should we pick the shady guy or Zabra the Rock? Handsome. Oh man, you know what I should have done? I should have made my troll Sona as a PNG tuber because yes, of course I have a fucking troll Sona. We're gonna start with the yellow blood first. We're gonna do the low bloods first, and then the high bloods because even though technically my troll Sona is a high blood, I do love low bloods. I really do. And if you do not understand a single word I'm saying, good for you. Keep it that way, please. Okay. As usual, the streets are hopping, just bouncing around like an overactive bunny rabbit on Easter morning. Hey! Up ahead in the interactions of streets is some kind of night market. Well, every market on Alternia is a night market. As previously stated, you are broke, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of window shopping. Who knows what kind of awesome stuff you'll find? You can learn a lot about a culture from their stores. That's so true, though. I love window shopping. You are so intent of thinking positive thoughts that you are nearly at the market before you realize that quite a few people are coming towards you in the opposite direction. Some of them are running, actually, and screaming. Looks likely that there's something has gone down violent wise. It's not just a stampede. It's not a stampede. You aren't in any danger of being trampled on the streets and wide enough. And the street is wide enough to just step aside and let the crowd pass by. Goddamn. For someone who's dyslexic, I don't know why I choose to torture myself like this in reading. Oh god, this is gonna be so hard to go through and probably so hard to watch and listen. I'm so sorry. But those who do and will listen, thank you for staying and listening. It really means a lot. I'm not crying. You're crying. Oh my goodness. Okay. Had to take a sip. There's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna be drinking a lot. Not like drinking alcohol, but like drinking water so I don't like my throat doesn't dry out. Because like Jesus Christ, I know that's gonna happen. We're gonna continue with the story, okay? Jesus Christ. Give me a second. Your girl is old. She can't do things like she used to. I'm only getting older by the minute. Goddamn. Okay. It's not a stampede. You aren't in any danger of being trampled, and the street is wide enough to just step aside and let the crowd pass by. Or it would be. Oh! Finally, there's the music. Turn it up just a little bit. There we go. You get a brief, furtive glimpse of a pair of focused yellow eyes under a low, pooled hood. Then a hand grabs yours so tightly the tips of your fingers go numb. With a rough yank, you are pulled into the flow of the crowd. The troll girl who has a hold of you speaks quickly and quietly. You have to lean your head in close to hear. We are on a date. You are my mate sprit or my morel, whatever you want. We're a normal couple out on a night in the town. We're gonna catch a movie and get some soft serve grub cream. You feel me? Wow. Okay. The music's loud. Goddamn, why? We're turning down the music volume. It's too loud. I can't hear myself. Jesus. Okay. Wow. Okay. Play along and hold hands. Freak out. Let the perb let the perbies out of the bag. We're gonna play along for now. Your heart beats so hard you can feel it in the back of your throat. You adjust your grip a little and make your hand easier to hold. In response, you get a squeeze, like she's thanking you. You match your pace, a surprisingly difficult feat considering how short she is. Behind you, people are still shouting. What the heck happened back there? someone died. You figured that, but that's not exactly rare for Alternia, is it? You've seen way more dead people here in the last couple days than you've seen throughout your entire life on your planet. You tell the troll girl you thought this was just kind of normal here. Normal, sure, when low bloods get killed. Natural order and things, right? But with high bloods, it's different. Personally, I don't give a shit about the natural order. Doesn't matter what the job is, I'll take it. Oh, oh! So a high blood is dead, and you are currently holding hands with the troll who did the dirty deed. She chose you to help her lay low, i.e., making you her accomplice, i.e., you are now her friend. Helping someone carry out a cold-blooded murder is a super friendly thing to do. Oh my god. I'm gonna just turn myself just a little bit down so I'm not peeking as much. When she called you her mate sprit, you aren't sure what that is, but it sounds great. You ask her what you should call her. My name's Polypa, but there's no reason to go throwing it around. Let's not talk at all. You want to point out that it won't look like a very convincing date if you're just walking in silence, but that would require talking, and she told you not to do that. A trio of spiky robots go marching by, drones or whatever. Their big, ugly heads swivel back and forth, like they're looking for someone. Polypa doesn't say anything, and she keeps her eyes forward, but goes she goes as sharp as a laser, every muscle in her body tensing. You feel it through her hand, her fingers tightening on yours until the drones disappear into the crowd. She yanks you around the corner into a smaller alley connecting two roads. There's nothing here but a pothole and a couple dumpsters. Hold a minute. Her hoodie has a symbol in the front of it, two overlapping gold ovals. Most trolls seem to have a symbol designating their blood color, or them somewhere. That means she's a gold blood, right? But when Polyapa yanks her sweatshirt over her head, and underneath she's wearing a tank top emblazoned, there you go, that's a hard word, with a symbol of an olive in olive green. It looks a little like a cat. It's pretty cute. She tosses the sweatshirt in the nearest dumpsters and kicks a button on the side. Whoosh! Accompanying with a sulfurfy, sulfury, there we go. Sulfury sting of emotion. Note to self, don't go dumpster diving in Alternia. Polypa grabs your hand again as you head back out to the street. With her other hand, she works the tie out of her hair, shaking it out of its ponytail, letting it fall in thick, sweaty clumps against her neck. Next, she reaches out and takes part of her right horn off. Wait, no, it's a little bit of veneer, an artificial bit to cover up a notch in the chitin. Chitin? Chitin? What are all these random wardrobe changes about? Yeah, it's fucking hard to read, okay? You wonder until you actually begin to listen to some of the conversation happening around you. You check out a big billboard-sized screens mounted on roofs every few blocks. It seems like the rumor mill is already going hard. Apparently, a well-respected Violet Blood is dead, killed in public in full view of witness by a gold-blood girl in a with a ponytail. God damn it! Wow, you're really dealing with a professional here. I need to find somewhere to lay low until the heat turns down. I mean, we both do, since you're my associate now. I had a contact waiting, but I don't know what happened to her. It's possible she got spooked. Got any ideas for likely hideouts? I'm not from around here. You wonder what the world makes her think you have an idea what's going on, ever. She keeps giving you sharp looks as if she's gradually catching on to just who she's chosen to recruit. You want her to understand that no matter how busted you look, you are an amazing friend and co-conspirator. Well, here's your chance. What do you propose? Hide in one of the apartment buildings, catch a movie, and get some soft serve grub cream. I'm so hungry right now. I haven't eaten in like 5 volumes. I've been like looking for something to eat for so long. Day eat. And you know, we might get caught in one of these apartment buildings. I have no idea. Let's catch a movie. Polypo's mouth twitches. It could be a muscle spasm, but you like to think it's a smile of approval and begrudging camaraderie. Yeah, I guess we could. That's what people do on dates, right? It's been a while. I haven't seen a movie in forever. Let's do it. She squeezes your hand. You would have thought holding hands for so long would get sweaty and uncomfortable, and you're completely nervous enough, but her skin is surprisingly cool. With a couple of exceptions, all of your new friends have been literally cold blooded. Also, metaphorically, for a few of them. And we're not going to elaborate why yet. But you aren't going to judge them for their lifestyle choices. That isn't your place as a friend. Friends don't judge other friends. Regardless, your point is it's kind of nice holding hands, even if it's under completely false murder pretenses. Come on, there's probably a theater in here. Makes sense. You aren't from around here, and you don't think Polypod is either, but you can always recognize a mall when you see one. Stores and escalators and fountains full of slimy mall water that's probably been there for years, and the kids probably drink it and they get sepsis, but we're not going to talk about that part. The biggest difference between them and Earth Mall is that there doesn't seem to be anyone working at any of the stores. Everything is automated. That and the top floors appear to be reserved for high bloods. Polypa is still holding onto your hand. Gosh, it's like you're on a real date. This is very, very friendly. As far as you know, you have never been on a date with an assassin before. Okay. The thing that I love about this, about Hiveswap, is that the fucking writing is everything to me. I love this type. This is not my type of writing, you know? I'm very sarcastic with my writing, and I love it when other people are sarcastic too. It's so good! Ugh! Yes, date with a professional killer. You can't read the show times and descriptions, and you don't have any money, but Polypod chooses the movie and pays for you both. She tosses a couple of coins into the slot machine, and the machine spits out 2 tickets. You don't see any soft serve grub cream, but you're a little too queasy on mingled nerves and excitement currently to deal with anything called grub cream. You do, however, stop at for a bag of buttery exploded kernels at the concession stand. Popcorn. Wow, it's like we're really there, guys. We're really at theaters. The theater you follow Polypa into isn't crowded, but you still feel every pair of eyes settling on you as you walk into the steps. Your heart pounds and sweat slides down the back of your neck. As you are just positive everyone can see. Yeah, whoa, we did. You are just positive everyone can see right through you as you into the deep conversational cross species matchup you got going here. Even worse, Polypa takes a seat really close to the only other group in here. Man, awkward. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to burp right into your ears. The movie starts playing. Apparently in Alternia, there aren't any trailers before movies. Kind of a bummer. But if you're going to be stuck here, you want to know what's hot new summer blockbusters have to look forward to. Well, you have to look forward to. There we go. Surprisingly, the movie turns out to be a romantic comedy. You expected Polypod to choose a thriller or horror movie. And I didn't say whore, I said horror. Just got a bit of that Midwestern accent that makes me sound like I said whore. From what you can glean of the plot, it's about a beautiful young Jadeblood who gets involved with a visiting Blueblood and their servant, a big bumbling bronze. I don't know why, but that felt racist to say. Don't clip that. Don't fucking clip that. I don't know why, but that felt racist to say, man. I don't know. Okay. The portrayal of a low blood strike you as vaguely offensive. Bro, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not the only one in the wrong here. I'm not the only one here. I'm not the only one here who thinks that's wrong. Okay. They grunt and fall down a lot. Yeah. The caverns look a lot fancier than remember the time you hung out with Broana. Just a lot bigger and more glittery. The main character spends a lot of time pulling a jeweled comb through her lustrous hair. The dialogue is kind of incoherent, and you just don't think it's because of you're unfamiliar with the culture context. It also doesn't seem to help that Polypa keeps a rhyming commentary throughout. The ban on conversation has apparently been lifted. Ugh, I can't believe they added a mistaken identity storyline. So unnecessary. Girl, I feel you. Also, background is so boring in comedies. There is no punch to it. I can't believe how bad this is. I don't remember the book being this garbage, but I read it a long time ago. My taste may have been worse back then. Ugh, girl. You are looking at her in a whole new light. She shrugs, possibly a little self-conscious. What? You think I've been an assassin since I pupated? I used to have a blog for relationship advice and stuff like that. Of course, I was just messing around. I didn't know anything beyond what I've read online. Two characters are kissing on screen. You have no idea who they are, or the way they're interested in the fact that Polypause decided to tell you her life story in the back of the movie theater. God. Sorry, I was taking another sip of water. Goddamn. The deep blue light of the scene in the brooding caverns washes over her, making her look noble and sad. You're entranced. It didn't last, though. I doubt it had anything to do with my blog, but a few sweeps ago, a group of kids broke into my hive. I think they were high on soper. Maybe on soper? I think they were high, maybe on soper. Jesus Christ. Whatever. They stole a bunch of my shit, killed my luces. Then some little psychotic fuck broke both my legs with his brain. God damn. Because he thought it'd be funny. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but we're gonna save real quick. We're just gonna save real quick while she's trauma dumping on us. Oh my god, okay. You're riveted. You have a bit of a tragic backstory yourself, but nothing this dramatic. Polypup picks through the butter exploded kernels with a delicate claw. Ah, girl, I'm gonna fall in love with you, aren't I? I mean, I love most of these characters already because like I have no life. I truly don't. But yeah, I was trapped in my hive. I would have starved to death if it hadn't been for some teal who lived in my neighborhood. Just some little idiot who ran away from an Eastern Alternia replica sword, challenged Purbeast to duels. Teal Bloods are a pandemic or pandemic. Oh my god, I can't not. Sometimes Homestuck words are fucking hard. I hate them. Tealbloods are pedantic bulge lords, but they care about justice. And and these kids have attacked me for no reason. I didn't break any laws. Anyway, that's why I'm equal opportunity for how I take jobs. Low blood, high blood, everyone is scum. One of the kids in the row ahead of you turns around to tell Polypa that if she and her morale wanted to get all nasty and pale, they should get a room. Polypa kicks the back of her chair and tells her maybe she should mind her own business. The girl looks ready to jump over the back of her seat, but the guy next to her pats her firmly on the cheek. Almost a slow motion slap, firm and intense with plenty of uncomfortable, intense eye contact. The girl settles down after that, and everyone goes back to watching the movie. The rest of it goes by with your head spinning and your heart in your throat. You're glad Polypa trusts you enough to share her past, but you're nervous about her talking about it in public. Wasn't the whole point of coming to the movie to lay low? Think about it. When that girl sees the description in the alert, she's not going to think about that noisy olive blood getting all conciliatory in public. It's way safer than sulking around. Believe me. Gosh, Polly Paul really is an expert. You're so glad you got to go on this date with her, even if it's mostly fake. As soon as you go back out of the streets, Polly Paul pulls out her phone. Slowly, her face falls. Fuck. That little nook licker. I thought she bailed on me, but according to Chitter, she's dead. They got her. Damn it. I told her to be careful. Her sadness is quickly turning to rage, vibrating off her in frantic waves. Her voice gets louder too, and people are starting to look your way. Heckling in a theater is one thing; shouting at a phone about murder is another. This is going south fast. You gotta calm her down. Deploy shoosh pap. With the lack of a better plan, you copy what you saw the troll inside due to his angry date. You press your palm firmly to her cheek. To your intense shock, she blushes a deep olive green and her eyes slip closed. She leans into your touch as if she's drawing comfort from this tiny little gesture. Then she blinks and pulls away. Listen, I'm technically on the clock right now. Let's be professional. She bites her lip, hesitating. Then she reaches up to repeat the gesture on your face. An unbelievable warmth fills you. Could it be the warmth of friendship? You're a weird looking double horned amputee with a very few social skills, terrible survival instincts, and both short term and long term memory loss. Yup, that's me. But you're alright. If you ever want to earn a little cash, I could use a partner I can depend on. Is it raining? No, those are just tears in your eyes. Tears of gratitude. Okay, don't get all choked up. You're definitely gonna. You're just gonna. Oh my god, I can't read. You're definitely just gonna be bait. You assume Polypa, the dude, that due to your general ineptitude, you wouldn't want to be in any other way. Yay! Victory! We're friends with Piper. Oh god, this is cute. This is so cute. It's so fucking cute, man. Oh my god. I'm gonna die of cuteness overload. Okay. Friendship. And and this time we're gonna go with ZBrush Kodak. Kodak. The teal blood. Your stroll takes you into a nice part of town that seems to have larger, more McMansion style hives. Gotta love your McMansion. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Oh my god. Why do people want to freaking text me while in Discord while I'm streaming? Okay. If I go quiet like that, I am resting a little bit and responding to people in Discord. Don't worry about it. If I respond, if it takes me longer to respond, like more than a minute, then I will put on the BRB screen. Based on your past experience on Alternia, you're not quite certain that upper class enclaves equal safety for you, but you might as well explore. You never know where you'll find your next friend. The power of positive thinking must be on your side because someone emerges out of the shadows of the sprawling suburbs. Oh, hello there. I don't believe we've met. I'm sure I would have remembered someone with such unique looks. I don't know what voice I'm doing for this guy, man. You don't know where you are, do you? By this point in your time on Alternia, you don't know if it's wise to admit that you're lost and naive to the ways of the world, but you don't know what you could say to try to convince this guy that you got any kind of smart streets because you don't have any. Zero, none. You nod your head reluctantly, but he actually looks more interested in you after the confirmation that you're new to the neighborhood. Have you perhaps found someone who likes you for your vulnerability and naivety? That would sure be a fantastic luck. God damn. It's good to think that I found you. Not everyone is as respectful of low bloods as I am. Oh, but I shouldn't make assumptions just because you're not much to look at. My bad. I don't mean to be forward, but you're just so interesting. Mind if I ask what color your blood is? You hesitate. Well, you're still terrifyingly ignorant of the inclinations of Alternian society. You're starting to feel terrifyingly informed about the role that blood color plays in this world. You've managed to gather now that plain old human red isn't considered one of the better colors to have. What do you do? Lie that you have a high blood color. Tell the truth. I'm totally a high blood, man. I'm like The highest of high bloods, and we're gonna save the game. We're going to. I feel like if we tell the truth, something bad's gonna happen, honestly. Red, huh? Wow, that's so unique. I've always liked the color red. I don't think I've ever filled a quadrant with a red blood before. I mean, I don't think I've made friends with a red blood before. You don't know what a quadrant is, or what it means to fill one, given your experience on this planet so far. You're nervous that it could mean something violent. It could mean something violent. But you don't want to further expose your ignorance, so you just say that you're as excited for this friendship as he is. You come on strong. Nice. You need a place to stay for the day, right? I can help you with that. I've got plenty of spare rooms for guests in my hive. You know, because I believe it's important to help those out the underserved members of the community when you can. My hive is this way, shall we? You follow him down the street. You guess it must qualify as a nice night, because you see a lot of other trolls walking around here too. Most of them are dressed as nice as a bruh, and you see a few scabbier looking trolls that must be low bloods walking with high bloods. Today is actually flushed affirmation day, so you'll see a lot of trolls taking their mate spirits out to celebrate. Lucky for me, my flushed quadrant is currently empty, and I'm all yours tonight. That sounds a little weird. He doesn't need to be all yours, you assure him. You're an easygoing individual who's happy to share your friends with plenty of other friends. What? I just love that. He's a playboy. He's a playboy. It's all part of his act, okay? Sure, sure. Sharing can be a good time if you're into that. Okay, I have to stop fucking with that. I could be, personally, like maybe with 2, 3 little bullets. Oh my god! But not in an objectifying way. Everyone involved has got to respect each other, you know? Wow, what? You have no idea how your innocent comment about friendship got taken to this particular place. Sir, I just want a friend, nothing more. You decide that maybe the best thing to say here is nothing, because who knows how he might misinterpret you next. Huh, looks like there's not a lot of high blood, low blood couples out tonight for the holiday. Pretty unusual to see in this neighborhood, to be honest. It's sad, but most of these little bloods are probably with their mate spirits because it's socially uh, adventurous. God damn, I cannot read high big words. Pretty shitty of the high bloods to take advantage of that, but not everyone is as socially conscious as I am. You sound like you're stuck up your own ass! I'm sorry. Bro, he's so full of himself. Most blue bloods are blue bloods because they're literal blue bloods. It's fucking annoying, but also kind of funny. I think it's super terrible when high-bloods don't treat their low-bloods matesbrits like the queens that they are! Hell yeah! I fucking love that. I love it so much. Treat them as the queens that they are. Oh god, I'm dying. You look around at all the other couples. The classified is pretty noticeable, and some of the high blood trolls have scornful looks on their faces when talking to their low blood dates. One troll dressed in cerulean is making her shabbily dressed matesrit kneel down so he can give her a ride on his shoulders. Damn. It could maybe be a cute coupley thing, you guess. Except she's sure laughing a lot and has the heel of her boot pressed into the back of his neck. You don't want to speculate about what people might be into, but it does seem kind of humiliating. That face! Oh my goodness, cutie. I love him already. I can't help it. I crave friendship in that kind of way. Don't clip that, I swear. Actually no, do start clipping video. Start clipping. Clip weird shit that I say. Be funny. I say a lot of random ass shit. I feel like that'd be clippable. Friendship. Hell yeah. Zebra sees where you're looking and shudders theoretically. Theoretically? Oh my god, these words. In the process of waving his arms around in disgust, he slips an arm over your shoulders. Smooth. I'm so sorry, you shouldn't have to see something like that. You're trying to think of a tactfully and friendly way to move away from his arm around your shoulder when you arrive. But what must be his what must be his hive? There we go. Bro. It's the Sorry, someone keeps messaging me. Oh, okay. I was taking a sip of water again. It's the biggest, most McMansion-y hive on the block. And when he goes to stop in front of it, he lets go of you to gesture proudly of his sprawling home. Unplugged for a second. Sorry about that. Welcome to my humble abode. I just feel grateful, to be able to share my wealth with those less fortunate. So bro is rich. That's why his name is Sobro. His I get it. I get it. I get it. So, you may be asking yourself right now, are all the trolls' names puns? Yes and no. Some are so cleverly made that you may never know the pun of their name. Some are very obvious. Some aren't. Hello! A new person, a new face. Welcome. We were just talking about the zebra in the house. Uh, I'm gonna continue reading now. When you walk inside the front door, you're greeted by a very distinguished looking white zebra. It was it has normal zebra markings all over its body except for around its neck, where the dark gray zags have formed a shape that looks like a bow tie, almost like it's wearing a suit. You don't know how its zebra face is managing to radiate pure disdain when it looks at you, but that is unquestionably the energy you're getting. Don't mind my Lucis. He's kind of socially old-fashioned. Wow, that's cool. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. I clicked the wrong button. But he lets me keep lowbloods around the hive to help out and stuff. So he's not all bad. Let me give you the grand tour. As Zebra takes you through the spacious hive, you can see other trolls in several of the rooms. Most of them aren't wearing clothes as nice as Zebra's. I don't know why I read that part so fast. Ugh. You're guessing these are the lowbloods he's just mentioned. They seem to be all doing chores, sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime in troll-sized bathtubs for other, possibly fresher green slime. I have no breath control, goodness. One of the fandoms is a popular theory. I found the analysis. Huh? I wasn't able to read all that. What? So this. I had a situation. One of my fandoms had a popular theory. I finally found analysis where that theory came from in the first place. It was so bad. 200 pages of the worst analysis. Damn. I don't personally I don't look at the fandom stuff anymore. I just consume the content and that's about it. I don't consume the fandom content anymore because the fandom can be so toxic at times. Okay. They all seem to be doing chores, sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime in troll-sized bathtubs for other, possibly fresher green slime. There we go. That's a better don't worry about it. I'm not really too. Okay. Each of them glance up at you and Zipro when you pass by, then looks deferently away. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. The zebra Lucis is following you, and every time you exit a room, it pauses in the doorway to whinny out that what could be orders, or possibly he's just berating them. You arrive at an empty ballroom-looking space upstairs where several low-blood trolls are hard at work cleaning up the remains of what must have been quite a party. Zebra seems to notice you noticing how all the trolls are here scrubbing the floor and how they're all avoiding your eyes. See, I told you. I've taken plenty of guests. I believe it's important to promote diversity, you know. So, That's why you don't see other indigo bloods here. Looks like all the guests here are busy today. Well, an important part of communal living involves contributing to your labor when it's necessary. Right, guys? A few lowbloods mutter an affirmation, while others just put their sponge and mopses down to prostrate their whole bodies on the floor. Zero looks a little uncomfortable at the bowing, but not that uncomfortable. He doesn't introduce you to any of them. Uh, they don't all realize yet that my hive is a sanctuary from the harsh injustice of the world. Anyway, enough about my low-blood guests. Let's take care of you, shall we? Oh, goodbye, zebra. Or zebra. I don't even know the Lucis's name. Do Lucises have names? I don't know. That. I don't want to think about that, honestly, actually. But I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I mean, I've been doing this for an hour and I've been constantly sipping water, so we're probably gonna have a few bathroom breaks during this stream. Enjoy the music in the meantime. Bye bye. Okay, I'm back. Anyone else eating dino nuggets? Oh, fuck. I jump scared myself, sorry. Anyone else eating dinosaur nuggets? You're eating nuggets made out of dinosaurs? Why would you do that? Like, I need to, like, I'm gonna put myself down just a little bit more because I keep on peeking. I'm like, my, the way I'm looking at it, it looks like my audio is peaking. Also, that reminds me, if I am too loud and if you feel like I'm like screaming or like, if I'm loud and I'm annoying and if I'm being annoying, please let me know. Please tell me if I'm being too loud, or if I'm louder than the music, or if the music needs to be turned up, or anything like that, please. Because, like, I don't know. I personally do not know. Okay, let's get back to this. Let's get back to, Zebra. Perhaps this Lucis just had enough of tolerating your presence because it takes the opportunity to stop following you and go huff at more of Zebra's guests. Now, for better or worse, you're alone with Zebra and has turned all his attention on you. His smile seems very friendly. You want to see it as friendly. The night is still young. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. You. Oh, fuck. He's still talking, not me. If you feel like going out on the town to celebrate Flushed Affirmation Day, I have lots of other friends I can introduce you to. Help you meet the right kind of culture, you know. Or, if you're tired, I can show you to your guest room now and we can have a nice night in. I feel like every time you say bro, it's because of my voice. Am I making him too sexy? You can be honest. I'm making him too sexy, aren't I? No, it's him! Go out or stay in? Show me to my room, please. Let's go out. You know what? We picked the bottom choice last time. We decided to tell the truth. So let's go out. You know what? I don't want to stay here. Stay here. To be honest, I think you're loose. I think he's giving me the stink eye. And I don't know. I don't know how to feel about all your other guests. So let's go out. Let's go out. You're not crazy about the idea of being alone with this guy for the rest of the night? Plus, if he is as popular as he says he is, that means more potential friends you might meet. You tell him that you're interested in going out. Cool, cool. That sounds like a great time. I'll just go get ready. Actually, I think I'm more in the mood for a nice night in. Maybe television streaming service and lower the temperature if that's cool with you. Uh, boy, if that has some connotation as it does on Earth, it's not cool with you. I can't take you screaming over my shoulder like that. Stop screaming over my shoulder. I swear to God. I cannot concentrate reading with you screaming like that. Okay. Get out of there. He wants the booty. Oh. Oh, I just noticed that why is booty why is that? Huh? Okay. So I'm looking at the chat in like on Twitch and in my OBS. No, no, you're okay. That your spelling's fine. It's that on Twitch it has it censored, but on my stream it doesn't. Thought that was weird. You're not cool with it. You stumble through expressing some misgivings, but he talks over you. Great! Sounds like we're both feeling like staying in tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm psyched to stay in and have you all to myself. That's the way I spelled. Okay. I just want you to feel comfortable, whatever we choose to do. You're not sure why he asked you wanted to do, since your preferences don't seem to matter much. Wait, what did he say? I don't know. My Lucis and my guests have probably prepared a delicious meal for you by now. Let's finish the tour first. I assume you want to see my room. You tell him, sure! The bedrooms are a great way for people to express their personalities, and his friends are. And you're his friend. You're interested in getting to know him better. This. I'm being so friendly, friend. I'm your friend. We're nothing more than friends. He doesn't seem to have heard part of that sentence, but it's okay. Hopefully he got the gist. When you get to his enormous room, it's decorated with posters of musicians on the wall that seem to be social justice slogans. One poster has a symbol that, with clawed hands and several different colors coming together to hold a trident with the word unity underneath it. Another poster features a rainbow of colors ranging from rust to olive green that proclaims to him to be a low blood ally. Two other low blood servants are in here, one of them standing on a step ladder to dust some high shelves, while the other crawls around on the floor, scrubbing and picking up wrappers that Zebra seem to have just littered there. Pretty sweet place, right? You look confused by the posters. Your music taste probably isn't refined enough to have heard my favorite bands. I only listen to subversive musicians that speak truth to power. Luckily, you have me to teach you how to confront your privilege and support marginalized artists. Oh, God. Not gonna lie. I was kind of like him. I was this type of asshole. Also, did you notice my rad pail? It's a perfect setup for feeling jams with your morale. He winks at you. You don't know what a morale is or what it means by feelings jam, which sounds like, in theory, could have been a nice thing, but maybe not, given the sleazy way he says it. You tell him that it looks like a very nice pail of things. You spot a couple pillows that look like a puppet and with a disturbingly long nose. Some random bow ties, a few horseshoes. Ah, God. You are not welcome here, sir. And neither is your fucking botted views. Get banned from the stream. Bye bye. You look intrigued. Wanna lie down on for it for a second? We might have. We don't have to do anything. But sometimes it can be nice to just, you know, pacify each other a little bit. He sprawls on a pile of what is he probably thinks is an enticing way. Like he wants you to draw him like one of your French girls. I cannot. You turn away to try and hide the disturbed expression on your face because turning down. Oh, we'll save it, sure. Because turning down his advances probably isn't the best way to secure his friendship. As your eyes cast about the rest of the room, you notice that the low blood servant scrubbing the floor is having a coughing fit. Bro's trying to seduce you. Yeah. You can tell that she's trying to cough fucking unobstructively, but it seems like she's hacking her lungs up, with each big cough rocking her whole body, making her shoulders shake. Concerned, you crouch down by her side. She jumps when she notices your concern and mumbles that she's fine and that you don't need to worry. But she doesn't look fine. Now that you're getting closer, like you can tell that she seems to be underfed and exhausted with sickly shadows on her face and scraped up knees and elbows. She looks bad, and you know bad, considering how much of your time you've recently spent stumbling around with various excruciating injuries. You mentioned to Zabra that his guest is not looking so good. He frowns, getting up from his pile of stuff to investigate, blinking down at you in confusion and not sparing a glance for the low blood. What? What are you talking about? The servant tries to go back to her scrubbing, but she struggles with coughing and scrubbing simultaneously. It's hard for you to watch. Surely she would feel better if she took a break or ate or drank something. You asked Abra about that hot meal he said he was that's being cooked for you. Maybe you could give some of it to this poor sick troll. Uh, Jeez, you're making me look bad here. That's not a way blah blah blah. There's no way a guest in my house could be going hungry. I respect the low bloods and do everything in my power to take care of them. What, you think you're a better ally than I am? Ally! I'm sorry, I had to. Considering your status or lack thereof on this planet, you're not sure you count as an ally so as much as a member of an oppressed underclass, but you let that slide. You hasten to explain that you didn't mean to criticize him, and you're sure he's doing a fine job of being an ally to lowbloods. Yeah, well, it's not easy. Whatever. Maybe you should go eat now. I don't feel like having a feelings jam anymore. He turns to leave the room without showing any sign that he'll do something for the sick low blood. You mouth an apology to her behind his back, and she gives you a tired wave and goes back to scrubbing. Zabral leads you downstairs to the dining room where his Lucis is supervising a team of low bloods setting up the table, which looks like a 4-course meal. The look of the Lucis Zabra face is now even more disdainful than before, and his bow tie seems angrier, if that's even possible. Looks like dinner's almost ready. Cool, cool. Of course, you're probably not going to offer to pay for any of this, are you? Figures. Lowbloods. I mean, trolls in generals are always expecting me to provide for them, without ever offering any compensation in return. For once, you're kind of glad you're unfamiliar with his alien vocabulary and innuendo. You have absolutely no money, which he definitely knows. You can pay him back for the dinner in friendship. Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I want to be friends with someone who has a problem with the way I do activism. I have it on good authority with every other highblood I know that my inter intersectional praxis is valid. You stumble over your words in haste to assure him that you in no way meant he's not valid. You never met a troll so valid. No one believes in his validity more than you do. Whatever. Just eat. You both sit down at the table while the Lobud set the table, lights the candles, and serves the appetizer course. You can't help but notice that most of them look as malnourished and sickly as the troll upstairs, but it might be best not to bring that up again. You eat in silence for a while, and Zabrel looks like he's stewing over something. Then he sets his fork down and looks over the table at you with a frown. You know what? I just realized. You totally denied my low blood. her own agency when you questioned me about not feeding her. Yeah, what you said was totally problematic. You don't respect lowbloods at all, do you? Not like I do. You try to apologize, saying that it was not in your intention to disrespect anyone, but that you're sorry you apparently did. He doesn't let you get the words out. People don't realize how tough it is to be a high-blood troll who believes in social justice. Seriously. I face my own kind of oppression for speaking out and being an activist for low-blood rights. Oh, fuck. Skipped that. Blah, blah, blah. Who believes in social justice seriously? What kind of oppression speaks out for being activist for low-blood rights? For one thing, I never get the conciliation or compensation I deserve. My quadrants are always going unfilled because no one else agrees with my radical views. I thought you'd be different, but you don't get it either. I really don't like. You try to tell him that he's got it all wrong. You agree with his radical views and believe in low blood rights, which is why you were concerned about his guest in the first place. But he acts like you don't say any of what you just said. You're just another one of those oppressors, complicit in the unequal power structure of our fucked up society. You lack awareness of your own privilege really makes me sick. You just think you're so oppressed with your red blood and multiple injuries. But what you're doing now, rejecting me and criticizing me, that's exactly the same way what subjugators do to the lowbloods they call. You probably deserve whatever shitty position you have in society. Unlike me, I deserve to have this nice house and low blood servants and full quadrants for being such a good activist. Okay? He's standing up by now, advancing on you with his zebra stamping its hooves threateningly at his side. Oh, I clicked too fast again. You scramble back, trying to make your way to the front door. It's tricky because you'll have to step around all the lowbloods who seem to feel strongly about that they should get away from Zebra when he's angry. Fuck. You don't make it to the front door fast enough on your own. Oh. With a terrifying equine scream, Zebras looses rears up on its hind legs and strikes you with its hooves, battering you through the front door and breaking some of your recently healed ribs again. Take your privilege and offensive views and get out! Anyone who doesn't respect lowbloods isn't welcome as a guest in my hive. Oh. It would behoove you to stay away. Damn. We didn't make friends with him. And with that, I'm gonna take another bathroom break because goddamn, the floodgates are now open. Okie dokie, I'm back. Actually, we should continue the main line to get the good ending, but I want to see first. Let's say that you're a high blood color. Oh, really? It's not that I don't want to be friends with other high bloods, but I'm a busy troll, you understand. So I only befriend folks that I might, want to feel confident with someday. Besides, high bloods just don't need as much help as in our unjust society. Stay awakened. He pumps his fist in the air, and you immediately copy him in the gesture, but the gesture doesn't seem to be enough to change his mind about you not being oppressed enough for his tastes. So, I just don't think it's gonna work out between us. Out of his league. Oh god, that's good. I love that. I think this is too far. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Uh, can I go? How far can I go back? I don't know. Damn it. Okay. We're gonna just. I'm just gonna go through all this because I'm not gonna read it again because fuck all that shit. Okay. Show me to my room, please. You think that going out with Zebra on Flushed Affirmation Day might potentially give him the wrong idea, and besides, you're pretty tired, so you don't feel like going out. You tell him that you're ready to retire to your great guest room now. Oh, sure. But, bruh, by the way, have you heard of Trixie Roxamar? You probably haven't. You don't seem like you're a very serious music fan. But you got a great opportunity tonight to learn from me. One of her low blood musician friends is playing a show on the holiday, and I can get us in because I'm super connected in the scene. We should go just in case she's there. You could have sworn you told him you wanted to stay in tonight, but okay. You can gather the remains of your energy to go out to this concert with him. That's what a good friend would do. He takes you across the town to the concert, only trying to hold your hand or put his arm around you a couple times on the way, so it could be worse. But his maybe hand holding is totally platonic in Alternia. You hope so. Bro does the opposite of what you choose, yeah. The concert itself is one troll with a guitar and a harmonica who, according to Zebra, is a low blood whose song is spreading truly radical messages across all as almost as radical as Chixies. You enjoy the tunes as much as you can, but you don't understand what the lyrics are trying to say. You ask Zebra what the lyrics mean, since the message is apparently important to him, but he gets annoyed with your question. Uh, what are the lyrics about? Well, they're about a lot of things. Social justice and oppression and stuff. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't already get it. Like, it's. If you're not already on my level, you don't know what I can really say, you know? But enough about the music. I want to talk about you. What sort of things are you into? You haven't had many opportunities on Alternia to talk about your interest. How exciting! You say that you like playing games, but he's already interrupting you. Cool, cool, sounds great, really interesting stuff. But what's your quadrant situation like? It's hardly to. it's harder to pretend what he's talking about now when he asks you about quadrants directly. You admit to him you have no idea what he means by quadrant situation. Whoa, you're more clueless than I thought. Bro. Don't worry, I still find you attractive. He goes into a brief, but not really brief enough, explanation about the 4 types of romance in Alternia. Matespritship, a flush quadrant, which to you sounds like the most anogamous to humans' romantic partnerships. Moralism, a pale quadrant, which sounds like an exceptionally codependent friendship by human standards. Auspicimus, an ashen quadrant, which you don't understand at all. And Kismisitude, a black quadrant, which just sounds like repeatedly hooking up with someone you hate. Yeah, it's Kismisitude is basically just hate fucking people, or like hate fucking your enemy. I can say that. I can say that. We're an hour in. I can say that. You're fuzzy on the details of all 4 quadrants of these, but you understand enough to get what he's asking if you're single. You tell him that, really, you just want to be friends. Wait, what? You heard what you heard what I said. Of course, I respect your choices. If you ever change your mind, I'm right here, and being in a quadrant with an influential yet sensitive and socially aware indigo blood like myself could make it a lot easier for you to survive and thrive in Alternia. Wasn't he criticizing the kind of high blood, low blood society advantages relationship just a few hours ago? It wouldn't be very friendly of you to point out his hypocrisy, so you don't mention it. After another song, another troll at the club sidles up to Zebra and whispers something in his ear, then sulks off again. Zebra looks alarmed, glancing around him and edging towards the club exit. I just got a tip that there's been a calling at this concert. We should get out of here. You definitely agree with him about wanting to get out of here. You look around the rest of the audience still enjoying the show. You and Zebra are the only ones who are getting ready to leave. Is he going to warn any of the other trolls here of the danger? Oh, no, definitely not. If I warn any of these lowbloods that the calling is coming, it would mean risking my life too. Not that I've tried, but everyone knows that. The highbloods will probably be fine though. We've got each other's backs. It's important to look after your comrades in the struggle. Sure enough, you see that other trolls who, much like Zebra, stand out because of their wearing nice clothes, and are casually but urgently leaving the concert venue. The Lollas are still clapping and singing along with the singer on stage. No one has given them the tip-off. Come on, we've got to scram. The two of you abscond, getting away from the music club as fast as your legs can carry you. By the time Zebra decides it's safe to slow down, you're tired and out of breath. Looking around, it seems like you've arrived back at the Highbloods part of town. You wonder if drones have descended on all those trolls at the club by now, and you just can't hear it because of the neighborhood is so far away, closed off, and sheltered from violence. Ooh, that was a close one. Going to low-blood culture events like that can be dangerous, but it's one of the risks you have to take if you want to be an activist. I can't tell you how many times I've risked a calling to fight for low-blood rights. Civil disobedience is the only way to fight the authoritarian state. Fuck. I can't speak. I'm like... The accent I'm using for his voice makes me like kind of want to fucking lisp. He turns to you and takes one of your hands in both of his, looking deep into your eyes. I just think it's so cool that you supported me back there when we risked our lives for that cause. It's probably the best way you could contribute as an activist and ally, you know, by supporting me. And speaking of activism, we were talking about quadrants earlier. Let's get back to that. This guy just does not know how to take no for an answer. Once again, he reiterates that friendship is all that you're looking for. He nods enthusiastically and squeeze your hands tighter. Fuck yeah, I love friendship! I've always believed that a strong friendship is the best foundation for any successful romantic relationship. And many trolls start by feeling friends first and enter into a quadrant later. Even if I try to be friends, but then fight too much, it can be still prepare you for a glorious quadrant. Yes! Either way, the thought of being your friend makes my blood pusher beat a little faster. Sure, you say, but what we're doing is extolling the benefits of friendship, then boy do you have some things to add to his list. For instance, friendships can give you the sense of platonic companionship with your fellow man. Friends can also come in handy when you need someone to help you move or take you to an airport or other non-romantic activities. Friendship. You think friendship is a great thing to pursue for its own merits. Friendship is so great that that once you have it, why would you want anything more? Totally. You're so right that friendship is great, is a great first step. Do you enjoy that concert tonight? Did it persuade you to be an ally for low blood rights? You think that going by your blood color and how often you almost gotten killed by those more powerful on this planet, you're more like a member of the oppressed underclass than you are an ally. But you decide not to split hairs and just tell him that yes, you'd be an ally to yourself. That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. If you're an ally to lowbloods, then I'll allow you to be my mate spirit. Friend, you correct him. You want to be his friend. Yep, sure, right. I meant to say friend. He lets go of your hand finally, which at least counts for a partial victory, and winks. God. This dude is horny in more than ways than one. Okay. Okay. Armed with your fresh heaps of hard-won cultural knowledge, you continue on your journey. Troll life sure is complicated, not to mention troll romance. You really aren't interested in getting into all that. Your life is complicated enough, and adding on additional levels of angst on top of that doesn't sound ideal. Friendship is about all you can handle right now. And oh boy, do you love to handle it. Just get your fingers all up in there and squish that shit around. should we should we do oh god. Fuck. I'm so gay for her. What? I didn't say anything. What are you talking about? We'll do the little bloods first because that's my rule. Wandering deeper into the city, you wash up on the shores of what looks to be the rougher part of town. Competitively, everything on Alternia is rough, but down here the streets get narrower, dingier. The buildings are run down. Streetlights flicker, and the patrolling drones look less inclined to serve and protect and more likely to shoot you and claim it in self-defense. You see, I haven't seen any tracks, but if you had, this place would definitely be on the wrong side of them. Again, empathetically, you don't know what you're talking about. Everything you know has been gleaned from exceedingly painful trial by fire. But This looks like the sort of place that no one cares about except for the people who live there. A noisy group of trolls spill into the streets up ahead, and you look quickly to duck behind a row of garbage cans. You have recently become gun-shy around groups, especially since most of these guys look fancy and are wearing symbols in varying shades of blue. Not in not to generalize, but blue bloods are starting to freak you out. Everybody here messes with you, but the higher castes get do it with government sanction. Goddamn, I can't read. For a game about reading, you sure can't read. Why did you pick this game? I don't know, because I'm dumb and I like torturing myself, really. Okay. These particular blue bloods all look as lost as you did several friends ago. Gazing around in various flavors of amusement and frustration, they glance nervously between each other and the looming buildings on either side. With a hot jolt of adrenaline, you realize you aren't the only ones hiding in a pail of garbage. There's someone else. Two someones, actually. What you initially take for one large lumpy troll resolves into, a second glance, two smaller trolls, a girl and a boy. The girl is clinging to the boy's back like a very greasy sloth. It looks like a pretty precarious position. In your opinion, you've recently become an expert in falling down. They are both shiny and stringy, and damn, you thought the smell from the garbage, but it might be them. I messed that up so bad. You thought that the smell was from the garbage, but it might be them. There we go. Lol, blue but busy living their pathetic lives. Waking up out of their hives. Straight out of her trap. Idiots never see it coming. You ask if they mean the trolls out on the street. Probably. Probably you should just mind your own business. But when the fuck have you ever done that before? Also, it's nice to see someone besides you getting mocked for once. You kind of want to join in the mocking. Who the fuck are you? Where'd you come from? A trash creature! Born out of the trash. Lol. Well, so, probably not for getting mocked, but these two probably equal opportunity mockers, though. They mock everyone, kind of like Polypa, and had been with murder. God. They keep sniggering. You can't help thinking you're being called out. Stick up for yourself. Take it lying down. I'ma take it lying down like a dog. Like the dog that I am. I'm actually a bunny. You never thought about the weirdly sexual idiom that is. Regardless, you decide to swallow your protest. Hey, that's pretty sexual also. What's up with this? What's up with this shit? What the fuck? Thanks, English language. You don't want to start out a friendship with hostility. If you had parents, they would have told you that two wrongs don't make a right. You could argue it isn't worth trying to befriend people who are open with insults, but that's just how people are here. You got to roll with it or get out of town. And since you literally can't go anywhere, you'll just roll. You really, really want more friends. Are you sure this is a friendship game? I'm sure this is a friendship game. I mean, it's in the name. It's called a friend sim. A friend simulator. Sure. Addiction is a powerful thing. You admit that you don't have a Lucis and that you're pretty used to insults these days. You include an infected shrug to demonstrate how easily everything rolls off your back. You add to a contrite little kick at the pavement and hang your head, even if you aren't quite sure what you did wrong. Lol, rusty dunks on their own damn self. Haven't done it for don't have to do shit. This could be kind of relaxing for us. The girl turns her weird spidery face towards you. You should come hang out. Wait, what? You want to hang out with this bottom feeder? They look like a huge drag. I already have enough dead weight on your with your ass to drag around. Oh man, you really hit the jackpot with these guys. 2 friends for the price of 1. To answer your earlier question that you may have forgotten, you asked. Crumpum hacked their palm husk GPS to bring them down here. Idiots can't do shit walking their fancy tech. The Blue Bloods are all arguing now. Somebody throws a punch. You figure it's a good prank if a little mean-spirited. Bolok stops yanking at Cumprum's hair and looks at you. I'm butchering these names. I just know it. Wow, you really are pretty basic. Hey, Cumprum. She gives his hair another yank like it's reins and he's her horse. Cumprum grims and shows a bunch of big, showing a bunch of big blunt teeth. He raises a hand that crackles with white-hot energy. Goddamn. Okay, after this, I'm gonna stop, and we're gonna take a break because it's getting harder for me to read. Your stomach clenches, and your feet leave the pavement just enough for your toes to drag along the ground as you float over to them. For a few seconds, you have zero control over your body. I read that too fast. I don't care. Cumprum lets you go, and you land hard enough on your heels to make your ankles twinge. One of the flickering streetlights shine down on Foluk's face. What you initially taken for deep-set eyes are actually no eyes. They are black holes in her face. It looks super creepy and also super painful. Yeah, so what? You think I would just have eyes like some kind of normie? You would never accuse her of that. That isn't really a word you would have in your lexicon. Lol. He keeps doing that, saying the word instead of laughing. It's actually hell of a power play. God damn it, idiot doesn't know a case of void rot when they see it. Have you never met a gold blood before? You have, but you aren't sure if Severa counts. They're an internet celebrity for one thing. For another, they'd have eyes, well, one eye, and the other one wasn't lost to void rot, whatever the hell that is. You wonder if that's why she's on top of Cumprium. He's some kind of combination steed and seeing eye dog. Void rot means my body doesn't retain energy like it's supposed to. It just looks up on Gorgle. I mean, it means I'm dying constantly. All the time. Bro, Sim. You almost point out that technically everyone is dying all the time, but you sense this isn't the moment for fake deep fuckery. That really sounds like a blow, though. You tell her how sorry you are. What do you mean, why? Why would you say be sorry? You didn't do anything. Besides, stand here, looking ugly. Idiots think it makes a difference. Like what they think actually matters. Lol, lol, lol. You can't wait for Trezza to make this one down of a coal-filled little R&R. Rex and relaxation. That actually sounds nice. Oh, fuck. Ah. Whatever he said. Ah. Wow. And here was me thinking we could get through a whole conversation without bringing up Precious Trizza. Lord Trizza rules. I love Trizza. I know. Dipshit. You rack your recent memories trying to figure out if you know what a Trizza is or who. Trizza is basically the third member of this relationship, considering how goddamn horny you are to get her cybernetic tentacles up in you. Wow. What? Is this supposed to make you feel bad? Sounds so great, actually. You watch too much Eastern Alternian pornography. It'll be better when you're sitting around with you, always sucking me dry. This sure is something you're witnessing right here. Must be that Black Realm stuff Zebra had briefly filled you in on. You cock a hip of complainant them on. Fuck. My brain. You cock your hip and compliment them on the obviously incredible healthy pitch romance they got going on here. Fuck, there we go. Because as everyone knows, there's nothing to people in a lover's spat like more than someone interrupting them to spout random bits of cultural knowledge that separates them, metaphorically at least, physically. Folklore stays clinging to Crumpram's back. Rug again, fuck bulge. We're pale. So pale. Oh, pale. That's a nice one. The petting one. The petting one. Where you talk about your feelings and don't have sex. What? You got something to say? You guys really don't seem to have your shit together. You guys seem like you have a wonderful, stable relationship. You know, I'm gonna be for real. You guys really don't seem like you have your shit together. You mentioned just offhandedly, chill as hell, that maybe they might have a few things they need to work on. No pressure or anything. Just this is sort of the stuff a helpful friend does mention. Shortcomings and crab relationship dynamics. Having a friend is great. The light glitters in Crumpern's goggles, even as it's sucked into the black holes of Folklore's nut eyes. You're calling me out. You're coming to my hive and spouting the shit. You point out that this is a trash heap, though you don't want to judge. You might have a trash hive. It's a figure of speech. Kind of. Like, go fuck yourself. Both of them look pissed, but Cumprum looks extra pissed. I know what this is. You're out to steal my girl. You really think you can give Bull what she needs? What she craves? He's making it sound like a fetish rather than a medical condition. Maybe it's both. You really want to come at me, motherfucker? The hairs on the back of your neck stand up on end. That's how loud he yells. Or maybe it's the crackling of energy slowly emanating from his pores and building out like a sine wave. At first, you think you're finally cracking under all the pressure, but it's really happening. The glow of white-hot electricity rolls up his arms and shoulders and into Folklore, with it traveling over the length of her body and centers where her eyes should be. She shivers and let out a short, slightly lewd sound, her hands tightening on Crumplum's wild hair. Man, you really shouldn't be watching this. You are blushing something fierce. But, okay. You think you get what's going on, the kind of symbiosis. His energy overflows when he gets upset, and Folklore sucks up that energy to treat her void rot. He is her giant battery. You remember Severia mentioning that powerful Goldbloods have a tendency to get harvested for their energy. Maybe Crumpum is one of those powerful psychics. Ha! He wishes. Trizza gonna chew him up and spit him out. Then I'm really gonna have to find another sucker to leech off. Folklore is looking at you, considering, well, you aren't actually sure if she can see you. Definitely not with her eyes, since she doesn't have those. Maybe she's like a cricket. Don't they hear with their legs, or some horseshit like that? What? This guy? Please. Sure. Why not? I'm getting sick of your shit anyway. Oh god. Are they breaking up right in front of you? Folklore crawls down from Crumpum's back and starts across the filthy alleyway floor towards you, scuttily and bug-like. Now, instead of yelling, Crumpum is snickering. Actually, laughter. No, lols. That's a good sign, right? It's great when friends can laugh together, especially when they sit when shit gets awkward. You think you can power me the way I need? Wow, she's right in your face. Really, she really needs a shower. Like, you don't have room to talk. It's been as long since Torga's, Albation trap. Fuck. Besides, judging someone based on their personal hygiene is shallow, right? It's what's on the inside that counts. Yeah! You're sure that's the sort of thing that makes you deep. Seriously, you have so much love to give. Friend love is what you are all about. Maybe this is what all that desperation has been leading up to. The slow raising of your friendship level in order to reach this peak of unbelievable bro power. To free this young Goldblood from a codependent relationship, you've been conditioning your body, putting it through its paces, building it up a tolerance to bullshit, and just bathing in metaphorical resonance. Folklore kisses you. Wow, this is so friendly. Lots of people kiss their friends. You're pretty sure. Maybe. Yeah, you're super progressive. This is fine. You sort of wish that the first alien tongue you had in your mouth didn't taste like Cheetos, but you can't give everything in this life. No, she's gonna kill you. Holy shit, you're doing it. You feel a rush of energy thrilling through you, lighting up your whole body and pouring into Folklore, filling her up to the brim with the power she needs, the power she craves. God, you're the best friend ever. It's you. You rock. You seriously. Lol. Are. Lol. The best. Lol. Oh, son of a bitch. You feel something warm in the back of your neck, and Crumpum is giggling right next to your ear. Somehow, while you're busy kissing his girlfriend, he snuck up behind you and started kissing you too. Well, more just putting his mouth on you and moving his tongue around. He must be feeding psychic energy into you, which Folklore is sucking out of your mouth. They're using you like a goddamn copper wire. You could maybe be into it if you weren't behind a dumpster, and if you were looking for anything more than a good old-fashioned wholesome friending. Crump, fuck off. Don't help. You aren't involved in this. Crumpum is still laughing. He adds the lols back in, which you like even less when they're pressed against your neck. He steps back and the flood of energy lets up. You go from feeling like a light bulb to feeling like a steadily deflating balloon. Folklore kisses you again. It tastes like Cheetos, but also like dying. Like your entire body has been placed in a juicer and a giant is squeezing down. Your muscles twitch and drool drips out of the corner of your mouth. Folklore just must be the only thing holding you up, because when she steps back, you slump to your knees and go down to your side. Your fall is broken by an old rotten fruit. Some old rotten fruit. God damn it. Cool. Folklore stands silhouetted against the streetlight in all her greasy glory. Thanks, Narmi. That'll hold me for maybe the next 15 minutes. A fog closes in on you as you lie on the filthy pavement. Is it the fog of death or the impending unconsciousness? You don't know. One thing for sure, though. One thing is for sure, though. It is not the fog of impending friendship. Womp womp. Okay, okay. I can't believe my mic picked that up. If you even heard it, but my fucking PNG tuber heard it. I I should end the stream. I should end the recording at least because it's almost 2 hours long now. I've been reading for quite a bit. I am tired. Thank y'all for being here for me, talking with me, having fun. Once again, okay. Once again, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz if you're watching on YouTube. If you want to, be a part of the live, be a part of the video in the future, follow me on Twitch at the laziest of Babs, the same as my YouTube. I also link it down in the description. I'm going to start doing that more often for my VODs, so more people can watch me live if that's their jam. And yeah, thank y'all for hanging out with me, for having fun. See you later. Bye.